So, good morning, students. I welcome all of you to this beautiful session based on light. I am sure that you have heard the word light several times during your short span of life, and I feel that it will give you a great interest in understanding this lesson. So, first of all, before I go, I introduce the very important terms which are associated with light. First of all, let me define what light is. Light. So light is a source of energy, is a source, not source, sorry, it is a form of energy, a form of energy which helps us to see, all the things around us, all the things around us. So, by light is a form of energy. We have several types of energy. There is electrical energy, there is wind energy. Similarly, light is also a form of energy, and it helps us to see whatever things is around us. Without the light, it would not have been possible for us to view all the beautiful things which surround us. The beautiful cars, the beautiful houses, the beautiful people, all the fields, streets, etc. are possible, can be viewed by us only as there is light. If there had been no light, the whole world would have appeared to be dark. So you see, light is a very important factor of, or I can say that it is a very important part of modern day society. So before going deep into the lesson, today I will introduce you with some very important terms related to light. Number one, opaque object. Sorry, it is O-P-A-Q-U-E, O-P-A-Q-U-E, opaque object. Number two, translucent object, T-R-A-N-lucent object. The third is transparent object. Fourth, luminous object. These are some very important terms which we need to know before we get deep into the lesson. So, opaque object, an object through which light cannot pass. Let me repeat it again. An object through which light cannot pass is called an opaque object. Like, for example, I take the walls of our room. You might have observed that light cannot pass through the walls of our room. So you can consider the walls of our room to be an opaque object. Through the glass, if one sits on one side and the other on the other side, one can see the person sitting on the other side. That means glass is a transparent object. That is not an opaque object, because light passes through it. By now I am sure that you have come to know what opaque object is. It is an object through which light cannot pass. Translucent object, an object through which light can pass, but partially, not wholly, but partially. That is called a translucent object. Like there are window panes. many window panes through which light can pass partially. There are some examples of translucent objects. Transparent objects, objects through which light can pass. 95% of light can pass through that object. Those objects are called transparent objects. Now, luminous objects. Objects which emit light of their own. Emit light means those objects who can produce light. Those are called luminous objects. Example, the sun, the torchlight, the bulbs which we use at home. These are all examples of luminous objects. Now a short introduction of what is going to come in your next classes. We can divide the chapter light, L-I-G-H-T, into two important parts: reflection and refraction. Reflection is the bouncing back. Now let me explain what reflection is. If I hit a ball here, what will happen? As the ball cannot pass through it, it will bounce back to the same medium. This is the medium. From here it will bounce back. As soon as it touches this, it will bounce back. Now in case of light when it falls on an opaque object, what happens? As it cannot pass through it, it will bounce back into the same medium. And that phenomenon is known as reflection. And refraction means the bending of light rays when it passes through a translucent object or a transparent object from one medium to another. When light passes from one medium to another, it often happens that it does not follow the same direction and there is a bend and the light rays bend. That phenomenon is known as reflection. Here I can say reflection, the bouncing back of light, the bouncing, B-O-U-N-C-I-N-G, bouncing back of light. Reflection means the bending of light rays, the bending of light rays when it passes from one medium to another, one medium to another. So students, this is much for today. Tomorrow, the next day, in our next session, we'll discuss everything in details. I hope you have been introduced with some very important terms in light. Have a nice day. Goodbye.